I don't get it.
Podcast. Good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. This is Lauren, and this is the roommate horror story episode.
Lauren, how'd you come up with this topic?
I did a little poll on the Facebook group asking like what kind of topics would you guys want to hear, and roommate horror stories had the most votes, I guess, or the most comments.
I can't believe we haven't done it yet. 105 episodes and we haven't done roommate horror stories?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking on the way over here?
What?
I was like, have Ashley and Lauren ever had a roommate that wasn't themselves?
Yeah.
I've had 3.
Tell me, I didn't know about
Yeah, so we can talk about our roommate horror stories first, and the thing is, I am the horror story.
You are? Oh, damn,
That
Lauren.
is so true.
I had very type A roommates. My first 2 roommates were very type A. It was a dorm, so it was like
When
2
was
twin beds. It was my first year of college.
Where'd you go to college again?
LIM in New York. Okay. And my first roommate, I loved her. She was very clean, very organized, very minimalistic. And I came in that room and I was like,
It's Hurricane fucking Ike and
I
Eddie.
know. And it was like, Ash, she was like, all right, we got the poster tape. Let's go. And we,
This girl, she had beige everything.
So she's like me. That sounds like
wears-
very aesthetic,
she
like
wears a
clean
trench
white
coat.
pages.
Yeah, but it was like before that was a thing to be.
Like-
do you know what I mean?
like she was just bland.
minimalistic, but
Yeah.
like she was the best roommate and like so sweet and so nice.
all
But
she wanted to do was, quote, stay in and be cozy.
She was like, Lauren, don't you want to stay in and be cozy?
She was
I'm like,
way ahead of the time.
she was ahead
really
of the
was.
game.
She was.
So I'm like, yeah, let's stay in and be cozy. And then like 1 a.m. would roll around. I'm like, all right, I'm going out. It's like we stayed in and more cozy, okay. But
yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do in college.
right,
I feel like.
right, that's true. So so I do
Yeah, but when you live in the burriest city of all time.
the burriest.
The burriest?
What does that mean?
The coldest. And you have to go put heels on to go
Oh,
out?
like bury.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was cold.
I was thinking of like burrows.
Yeah.
like
No.
a lot
What's
of
a burrow?
burrows in the ground.
So I was telling Jack last night, I was like, I bet you are a terrible roommate too. And
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god! Well, is it you technically live with Jack right
yeah,
now?
but
You have him as a
together,
roommate.
and also since I'm way more mature than I was when I was 18, I'm like a fine roommate. But
Well, I just remember your first roommate and I, the only interaction we really ever had, because she went home on weekends and
Yeah.
I would go up there on weekends, was a Facebook message we were talking in about your cocaine issues.
yeah. But besides that, you guys don't even know. Like, yeah, I was bad about that. And
But you would like leave cocaine out in the dorm, like.
No, not really. She just was
okay.
concerned. And
No, she was really concerned for her health.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a normal.
She was a
thing
great
to
roommate,
do,
yeah.
like,
but
yeah.
like really nice.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she transferred, and then I got another roommate who I was like my club partner. And
Yeah, club
she was the boringest girl we've ever met.
well, this is rude.
She doesn't sound boring if she was her club
Yeah.
partner.
She was the girl that sat there with a drink in her hand and she crossed her legs and she'd go like this and not talk to anyone the entire time.
Oh, that kind of club
Yeah,
girl.
exactly. Whatever, no shade.
Like the decoration at
And
the club.
she was a sconce at the club.
Some
she'd be like,
girls are either
"Hi."
fucking hammered, other girls are
Hi.
like dance floor, other girls are like in another guy's mouth, and
Yeah.
then the rest are decoration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She was decoration. And I was thinking back on like what I used to do, and like, yeah, I would never change my sheets. And one time I threw up on my bed. I just threw up on my bed, and I just grabbed the sheets and like the cover, whatever. I put it in a plastic bag, and I was too sick to like clean it up, so I left it in the plastic bag for like over a month.
Ew.
I remember this.
In my
I
dorm.
That is
remember
the grossest
this.
thing I have ever
I was like,
heard.
about to move out, and my mom was like, "What's this bag?" I was like, "Don't fucking open it, just throw it out."
Why wouldn't you throw it out like the next day?
Because I was so sick, I couldn't clean up. And then a week went by when I started to feel better. And then I was like, I'm too scared to look in there. And I just left it there.
That is the grossest thing I've ever heard.
I have to elaborate. So when Maura and I would go sleep in Lauren's twin bed together.
That's such a college thing where you like
Yeah.
go visit someone and you fit 3 people in a
It's like,
fucking
hey,
twin.
just get another room. I don't know.
Not even kidding. There was Wendy's like chicken nuggets under the
Ew,
pillow
ew.
and Oreos in our toes.
Ew, Lauren.
It was so bad,
It
guys.
smelled
But Lauren,
really
you're not
bad
like this
in there.
anymore.
I'm not like this
right?
anymore,
Like
no.
you don't have food in your bed
And
now, do you?
I got a lot of messages on the Facebook group, and people were like, "My roommate ate my food. My roommate ate
Oh,
my
I
food."
hate when that happens.
I would fucking eat the club sconce's food all the time. and I'd just wear her clothes and not ask. Like, I was the fucking worst.
That is the worst.
Yeah, but also this is the roommate where Lauren overheard her going, "Can I have a cheese pizza with ricotta?"
Okay, so she was like,
you sounded like Sebastian Maniscalco.
oh yeah,
And then he was like, "Excuse me, what?" And she's like, "Ricotta."
anyways, she was
Not
very
ricotta.
soft-spoken
Well,
sometimes.
ricotta is a fine way of saying it.
Well, that's the Italian.
yeah,
way,
that's how
ricotta.
we were raised saying ricotta.
That's so funny.
Anyway, so I was just a terrible roommate. I would eat food. I would wear other people's clothes. I would throw up in bags and leave it there for months.
Damn, you were the fucking worst.
Yeah.
roommate
Okay, well,
ever.
you kind of missed a couple stories with the second one because one time when Lauren had food poisoning from Cozy,
Cozy.
she shit on the floor and threw up in the toilet.
no,
I couldn't control it. I was sick, guys.
you shit on the ground,
I tell everyone this story because it's so funny.
Wait.
Lauren. That is a low.
But could you imagine?
But also,
you're
I
throwing
definitely
up,
have seen it before.
Yeah, like you're so sick that it's coming out both ends, and you just
You
couldn't
know what
decide.
you do?
I feel so bad for everyone listening right now.
I know. Well,
Okay,
we
wait,
got
there
some really good stories coming up, everyone.
Wait.
A lot of poop, a lot of throw up. We're ready to
great.
go.
Was there any other time? Oh yeah, she also the second one. I mean, not that you were a roommate that I would want to cater to by any
Yeah.
means, but when you were that sick,
Yeah.
you were like, "Can you get me a Powerade?" And she was like,
I'll go downstairs and get a ginger ale for you. And
Like,
I'm
she wouldn't
"Okay,
leave
that'll
the building."
So for the whole week I was throwing up. It was just, and that was the
"It
same.
was like before Postmates."
It was before Postmates, and that was when I ran out of money.
Oh yeah, Lauren ran out of money the same
Like the
day that she had
college-
food poisoning.
I ran
Credit
out
card?
of everything. My phone was stolen, and I ran out of money.
and she had to walk like 60 blocks because she couldn't pay for a cab or a subway.
I was like, "Could you take me $6 worth,
Wait,
please?"
Lauren, that makes me sad when like your roommate won't go do something for you when like you need it. You know, you feel bad to ask.
Yeah,
them for
but
it.
It's sad, but Lauren did need a culture shock, so maybe that whole week, like, really, no, it didn't work.
I'm trying to find
Did it?
Wait, do you guys have any horror stories?
Well, this girl messaged. Well, okay, so I could do a whole podcast on living in a sorority house
Yeah,
with 40 different girls.
definitely.
Like, I have so many
How
stories.
did you do that?
But like, we had meal plan, like lunch and dinner, and then like if you were in class and stuff, or just like out, you could order a late plate, and so the chefs would like make you a plate and leave it in like this fridge, and of course everyone that was wasted would like
Late
come in,
plate.
yeah, and start drinking at like 5 and like eat all the late plates. So I'd always come back, no food to eat. Like if we had one laundry room, so like jeans and like really nice clothes would go missing all the time, but it made no sense because we all lived in the
Yeah, you
same
can
house.
see the person wearing your pants.
One story that like sticks out to me the most is, I won't say her name because I haven't talked to her in so long, but it was like 2 to a room. So in the middle of the night, we had bunk beds. The room, all of a sudden we hear this loud ass like boom, like as if Santa Claus just like fell down the fucking chimney. And it was like for the room across from mine. So I get out and walk out, and my sorority sister's like face planted. She fell out of her bunk bed.
Oh my god!
Face planted into the rug. So I helped her get up, and her whole forehead was the imprint of the rug and blood.
oh my God. Wait, was it a bunk bed?
Yeah,
She
everyone,
just said a bunk.
everyone's
Okay,
in
sorry.
bunk beds.
Yeah.
So then after that, she had to get that baby
The
crate on
railing.
the railing on the bunk bed.
Yeah.
But I know it sounds so mean, guys.
I had a
but
railing on my bunk bed.
She
Mom
had-
got it for me.
Really?
Yeah,
You
she was
would?
too worried.
You
She was like,
would?
"That is too high."
Ashley, she ended up being fine, but like, can you just imagine, like, you know, college immature? Like, it was the funniest.
Oh, I would have pissed my pants.
Because she actually had to go to like urgent care, and everyone's like, "Where is blah blah blah?" The next day, we're all like, she fell out of her bunk.
And that wasn't because she was drunk. She just was sleeping.
Yeah, she's
Well,
not.
there was that one time. One of my most fond memories in the dorm is me and my roommate and my,
Sweet
across
meat,
the hall
whatever.
roommate.
Yeah.
Just we drank together, the three of us, just like on a Thursday night, lock the door, nobody enter our little party. And my heavier set friend, she was at the top of my bunk, and she fell over and she fell straight onto the beanbag. But the funny part is when she landed, she goes, "The entire time I was falling, I thought, timber."
Oh man.
Anyway, no, my roommates were really like, I just had great roommates.
Yeah.
I had somebody who I had known since third grade be my college roommate from freshman year through junior, and then junior we lived with a couple other girls,
Right.
Courtney.
Yeah.
And then my last year I lived with a college friend, and that was it. And then in grad school, I had a roommate for 6 weeks before my apartment was ready.
And
my
you guys
apartment
were
and we were
twins?
twins. Her name's Ashley Allen.
No way.
You'll meet her
Shout
at
out
the
Ashley
wedding.
Allen.
Oh, yay.
And legitimately, like, we could not have been more perfectly
She's like,
paired.
I'm a
That's
princess.
amazing.
I'm a princess.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You guys know Lauren. I lived with her for like 4 years in the
Yeah.
same room, like
I don't
in
know
Zeta
how
in
you
the
did
sorority
that.
house. But Lauren and I got along so well. She was a great roommate. But my first roommate ever in college would always leave her extensions like in the sink, on the sink. I feel like you do that,
I do that
Lauren.
all the time.
And
Literally,
I
extensions
wanted.
weren't a thing when
They
I was in
weren't a
college.
thing. They were like later in college, but this was freshman year,
Yeah.
like summer B. And I wanted to throw up, you guys, because nothing grosses me out more than like lipstick on a coffee cup or like my own hair. So like someone else's fake hair in
Yeah.
the sink.
I
For
get
some
annoyed
reason,
when
it makes
Lauren's
me
fake
think
hair
of
is
the
lying
ring.
around.
I fucking hate hair. It grosses me out.
Yeah, but I think extension hair is like, it's not coming out of a follicle, so that's a little less gross for me.
Just hair in general. Like when I go to a Pilates machine, if sometimes there's like someone's piece of hair there, and I literally won't pick that Pilates machine.
Oh God, I don't care about
And I'm
hair.
like, why
I
does hair
I
gross me
think
out
that,
so much?
That
Is that just
snaking
me?
drains is kind of fun.
Oh my God, snaking
Ew.
a drain is my ultimate nightmare.
It's like satisfying. You know,
Lauren,
like,
are you
dunk
kidding
out.
me? It's got like all that shit in there, like all like the conditioner
Wait, you guys,
It's
particles.
like a horror movie. Do you guys know what I love? Maybe a little bit more than you.
What?
Money.
Okay.
You do like money because you do really like shopping.
Yes, I like money because I like things.
Yeah.
And thanks to Robinhood, I can have more things because now I am diversifying my money in a really smart way. And let's be honest, guys, we're all millennials now. We got to get with it. It's time to adult. If you don't know what Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission free. And they strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just rich people. It's a non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. Because let's be honest, this was the first time I ever invested in anything. And thank God for Robinhood because they made it so easy. It's simple and intuitive. They have this clear design with data presented in a very easy to digest way. So don't be scared.
So other brokerages, as you probably know, charge for every trade. It usually is at least $10. But Robinhood doesn't charge commission. They allow you to keep all your profits, which is pretty crazy, but we like it.
There's easy to understand charts and market data. Place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. Robinhood web platform also lets you view stock collections, the 100 most popular sectors like entertainment and social media, and you learn by doing.
And there's also a category that we love called female CEOs, so you can invest in female-owned and run businesses.
Yes, queen. So, guys, Robinhood is now giving our listeners free stock. That is right. We just said free stock, like
is
Apple,
free money,
Ford,
basically.
or Sprint to help build your portfolio. So sign up now. All you guys have to do is type in getit.robinhood.com. That's getit, GETIT.robinhood.com. All right,
We got callers. They got some good ass stories.
Okay, let's get to the roommate horror
All
story.
right, so let's give our first one a call. Her
Only
name
Lauren knows the stories.
Yeah,
so
I only know
we'll
the
be
stories.
reacting genuinely.
They just did like a brief summary, so you guys can hear the full thing. We're gonna give Megan a call. All right, we got Megan on here. Megan, please tell us your roommate horror story.
Okay, so in my first year of college, I got paired up with just a random roommate, and I thought it would be, like fun, especially trying something new. And I got paired up with this girl. She was from a really small town, so I just feel like maybe she didn't have like a ton of experiences, maybe. So she kind of rebelled a little bit. And she was really, really shy at first when I met her, and I had already known a couple people at my school. So we went and hung out in kind of the main common room area, and I invited her, and she was like, no, it's okay. I'm just going to stay in the room. And then I got a text from her like an hour later, and she was like, hey, I'm taking a bus to my friend's house. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I didn't realize she knew anybody. And then she had texted me and said that she met a guy like in a chat room online.
Oh no.
That lived in this city, and she just a random chat room, and she took a bus to his house. But instead of just staying at his house, which also when she texted me, I was like, "You're gonna die," but okay.
Yeah, like you will die. Who meets people on chat rooms? First of all,
100%.
Yeah, what year is this?
People that have
this was
AOL.com
like-
emails.
my mom.
like 8 or 9 years ago.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, anyway, so she took a bus to his house, but instead of staying there, they took a bus back to our residence and went into our room. Yeah, I was like, why would you bring him back? But okay.
Maybe he had roommates or something.
Maybe he's homeless.
I don't know. Oh, he looked totally homeless.
Okay.
Anyway, so she brought him back to the room, and I guess she lost her virginity to him. And she texted me and said, "Hey, I have a guy here, like just a heads up." And she had told me beforehand that she was a virgin and, you know, excited to like drink for the first time and everything. And she hadn't done like any of that. So she texted me and I was like, this girl's insane. So I was like, I'm just going to go check on her because I feel like this is really weird. And so I went and I was pounding on our door. And mind you, like it was one room we lived in. Like there's 2 beds in a big room and that's it. And I'm pounding on the door. Nobody's answering. I'm like swiping my key and like you could deadbolt the doors so that like if you swipe the key, you couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I was like standing there for at least a half an hour doing this. And I finally called maintenance and they came and they had a master key and unlocked it. And he like knocked on the door and was like, okay, we're coming in. Like we're worried kind of thing. And I actually thought that he did something to her. And we walked in and they were just, and they were just sitting watching TV, and I was like, as if you didn't hear me friggin' banging on the door it was so weird. And then he didn't leave my room for like probably like 2 to 3 days. And I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
happens
even,
a lot,
like,
which is the worst because it's like, hello,
But it's
I live
also,
on
like,
the other side of
so
this
weird.
room.
You just met this creepy man.
No
Yeah,
way.
so weird. And like, anyways, when I walked in, I'm not even being like judgmental. It's not like he just looked greasy or anything. He literally was covered in dirt, and his
Ew,
clothes
that
were
word
like
greasy, gross.
he was covered in dirt and his clothes were ripped. And I actually, like, not to be a brat, but I was like, oh my God, he's gonna like take my stuff. Like I was like, how do I lock up my nice stuff in this like small room? I don't know. It was crazy. Yeah. And then, I mean, she also pooped on the floor, but that's a whole other.
You got to talk about pooping on the floor.
Wait. That's funny because Lauren has pooped on the floor.
We were
That
just
was
talking
an
about that.
accident.
But yeah, it was food poisoning.
Let's start a hashtag floor pooper. If you're
I think
a
we
floor
have-
pooper, hashtag
I think we
it.
have another floor pooper
This,
coming
what
down.
the fuck?
that's-
Ashley, have you ever pooped
I
on the
will
floor?
admit something. During my 6 weeks, like I mentioned in grad school where I was in the dorm, it was during the summer. So it was like a 13 floor building, but only like 60 kids were living in there. And I felt like it was a little bit weird to go all the way down the hall, like the very like desolate hallway in the middle of the summer to go to the bathroom. Because I was like, what if like a homeless guy is hiding in the bathroom?
You're crazy.
So
Or like a
overnight-
douchey bro.
yeah, or a douchey bro. Like
Were
I
they
thought
communal?
it was dangerous. Yeah, it was communal.
That is a little scary.
So like it was, you'd walk into like a 12 stalled bathroom. So I would just pee in a cup if I had to go overnight.
Well, this girl pooped on the floor. Could you tell us about pooping on the floor?
So I was at class like all day. I got up super early, went to school. And when I came back in the afternoon, I just wanted to have a nap. And I walked into my room and there was like a flood in our room. And I went to the like bathroom because that's where it was coming from. And basically, I don't know if she was having problems with the toilet or whatever, or didn't plunge or something, but there was literally like pee and poop from our toilet, like all over our floor.
And she's left it
But she
there.
didn't
And
like
she just,
squat
like, left.
onto the
yeah,
toilet.
she didn't squat onto the. She's not a floor.
Oh,
hashtag
but
floor.
She just
pooper.
pooped. She if overflowed
She
and
just-
left.
She's
They
a
just
hashtag
overflowed
flood
and left.
pooper.
Ew.
There we go. Flood pooper. So I called again. I had to call maintenance again. They probably thought I was crazy at this point. And he came up with like a giant shop vac, and like our whole hallway was just like, what is going on? It was so gross. And so
That's
I called her
embarrassing,
and
though.
I was like, did you know the toilet was broken? Like, I'm like, why would you leave it like this? And she was like, deal with it, and hung up on me.
Oh my
Yeah, she was
goodness.
crazy.
She learned
Yeah.
a lot her freshman year, I'm assuming.
Oh, well, I ended up having to, like, after a couple weeks and like, she spit in my vodka, like, just the craziest stuff. She did. I don't know. Like when I was gone and I used to only drink vodka in college and I left my bottles out and like there was actual like loogies in all of my bottles.
That's disgusting.
It was so gross.
way. That
goodness.
makes me
Just,
sick to my stomach.
Like
It's just
petty, weird stuff.
It's so amazing. Like you just put two people living in the same room, you can find out so much weird shit and develop so much hatred so fast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my god.
So,
well, thank
I
you.
got a
so
roommate
much.
reassignment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So you lived with her for like only a month or two.
It was like 2 months, yeah,
Okay.
and then they basically kicked her out of the residence. So
I was gonna say, how
Yeah.
awkward was that conversation? So I'm moving on.
super
from you.
awkward, super awkward.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Do you guys ever shop online and buy something pretty expensive and then it ends up just not even fitting? You don't know what to do with it.
Literally all the time. I won't say the website, but all the time.
And you have loads of clothes you don't wear because they don't fit well. Well, go to Le Tote and you can try on before you commit to buying.
It's a really, really good idea, especially when so many people would prefer to buy online than in the stores, but then you run that risk of it not fitting, which is why Le Tote was created. They take the stress out of getting dressed and they get the right styles in your right size delivered when you're done. So they take your measurements and ratings and they learn that not what's just your size, but they understand the nuances of how you like your clothes to fit.
100%, because I like my clothes flowy.
Yeah.
And so.
And I don't.
And Le Tote literally is so clutch because one day I forgot to do laundry and I got home and the Le Tote box was there and I was like, yes, I hope all this fits, obviously, because that's the first thing you think when you get clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there were all these business clothes, great for work. I got these business pants that fit me so amazing, like great for my curves. And I was so happy. And the subscriptions start at just $79 a month for a classic subscription and $89 a month for a maternity subscription. So that's what's also awesome about this is obviously when you're pregnant, you have to buy all these new clothes.
Yeah,
So,
because keep growing and growing.
right. So make sure you get it from a place that you know are going to have clothes that are going to fit you and it's delivered right to your door.
What we also like about Le Tote is that it kind of rids all that outfit repeating. You don't have to outfit repeat with Le Tote. And again, about the fit, what I love is that the pieces are fit by brand and they have seamstress teams that are going to match to universal and specific sizing.
So with Le Tote, you can rent unlimited fashion, just wear, return, and discover fashion that fits you better. It'll take the stress out of getting dressed. Go to letote.com. That is LETOTE.com to get started and enter the promo code GETIT, GETIT at checkout to get 20% off your first month. Again, that's letote.com and enter the code GETIT.
I bet you that the things that Taylor would say about me, my roommate from freshman to junior year, is that I would come in with just wallpaper of posters.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, can I put this up? And like, it would be 80% my posters and 20% hers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Very
That's-
So you
selfish
put
of
it
me.
like everywhere, like
Everywhere.
even on her side?
We didn't have like sides because we had bunk beds.
Oh, so it was like, yeah.
Yeah, we liked our bunk. We just got along so well. It was just the easiest roommate ever.
Wait, but Ashley, have you ever just shat on the ground? I'm curious.
No.
Oh, okay. Because you did remember that one time you peed in your pants and I never knew you were capable of peeing in your pants when we went to that virtual reality thing.
That was the weirdest peeing my pants experience because I used to pee my pants all the time when I would laugh. Like I'm talking like 20 years old and below, absolutely no bladder control when I would laugh. But then that was the first time in a long ass time that I peed my pants and I tried to stop myself, but my bladder or my urethra said no.
This should be like just a poop and
I know.
pee podcast. Okay, I found it.
I know, right?
So this person said, I saw you're doing a podcast about crazy roommates. It's really short. They said, I have had the most psycho one ever before. Bullet points are, I discovered she had a Twitter page account dedicated to cyberbullying me. Another of many things she did was threaten my best friend she would beat her up and she would end up in the hospital. She said there's a lot more to it and other things she did. She was crazy, but she didn't elaborate after that.
Wow.
Can you imagine someone like starting an account?
It's just so
That's
fun to do.
insane. People are so
Literally,
mean.
18-year-old bitches are nuts.
I mean,
Well, you know, this came up on the Almost Famous podcast today. It's just like yourself 8 years ago because
Yeah.
there's a girl on The Bachelor. I know I'm getting a little off topic now,
okay.
but there's a girl on Colton season who like wrote things about like fat people at the
I
gym,
saw that, yeah.
right? So
She's
like
30 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, like when back in the day?
It
or
was
like-
Yeah, so it
11
was
years ago
2010
or
or something.
something.
It was like at least 8 years ago. And I said, well, I mean, obviously when tweeting something, you have to think like I'm not talking to my friends in a room. I'm talking to a very
Right.
general audience.
It's crazy. It's happening to everyone.
I
these
know.
days.
But then I said, if you pulled up my tweets from 8 years ago, 2010, I go, everything is going to be about me being like snotty about the Jonas Brothers and how like I was like, I'm basically friends with the Jonas Brothers. So
Basically,
then-
he looked at my eyeballs.
yeah. So Easton pulled up a couple.
Oh
he was
my
able to like go back.
God.
And like the first one was January 9th, 2010. I'm fourth row at a Jonas concert. And I have a gigantic pimple on my lip. It's the classic Jonas pimple.
Wait, Ashley, you have not changed
Classic
at all.
Jonas stress zit.
You have not changed at all. You would still tweet that.
That
today.
you would still tweet
That is like
Yeah.
that is a tweet you would tweet now.
But now, of course, Ben was like, everybody get on Ashley's Twitter archive and send us in the most embarrassing ones. And I'm like, great.
Like, you don't even
What
know
did
what's
I
on there.
say? I
Yeah.
have to go back or something.
Well, obviously, it's nothing too terrible.
No, I mean, I don't think there's anything too terrible.
with all these people, I mean, it's like it's crazy. Like when people go back and you like read what some people have said, you're just like think about them in a whole different light. But interestingly enough, I'm like, well, how has no one invented an app to like delete your entire Twitter history?
Can you delete your whole Twitter and it'll be
I
gone
don't think
forever?
you
Of
can.
course, if you well,
like the
no,
whole
no,
Twitter.
because now it's like on
No.
the internet. Now I'm sure you probably can find it on any archive.
Yeah,
if you had an
people
account, there's an archive
Oh,
of
you're
it.
right, yeah.
But I do have to say, like, not only would I have said stupid things at 20 that I wouldn't say now at 30, but there are things that were very politically incorrect. There are things that are politically incorrect now that weren't 10 years
Yeah.
ago. And you
Well, yeah.
need to put that in perspective.
I think
People
that's
need
what
to
we're
know
all
that,
realizing
yeah.
now. We're all like, whoa,
Because-
how was that okay back then?
Right.
I think we like think like, oh, we're in 2018 right now. 2010 feels like yesterday, right? But that's like being in like 2000 and being
Right.
like 1992.
Right.
Like a huge amount of things
Yeah.
changed in that period of time.
Crazy.
Yeah,
So-
like this chick, you just gotta be like, hey, I grew up, I'm sorry, and the whole country grew up as well, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have another caller who would like to remain anonymous, and this chick wrote this under the initial like polling thing, and I was like, we gotta hear this fucking
Oh,
story.
I can't wait.
Okay, we have our second caller on, and she's going to remain anonymous, so if you want to tell us your story.
So excited.
Sure. So I was a freshman in college about 10 years ago, and I went to a really small school. Most of the people were I'm from the tri-state area, so it was just like, a bunch of people who were, pretty normal and chill and cool. And my roommate was this really sweet, quiet, pre-med, nerdy girl. She was always in the library. And I would say like the second week of college, I started to hear these weird noises from her at night.
I can't.
Like in her sleep.
Like in the middle, like when she
yeah,
thought
like-
you were asleep.
Right. Like the lights would be out. I would be in my twin bed on my side and she would be in hers. And I thought she was just a heavy sleeper.
Wait, can you
and
do the
one
noise
night-
for us?
You know where this is going.
No, I
It
need
was
to hear.
kind of like, I mean, do you want me to imitate it?
Yes, please.
It was kind of like,
No.
and I turned over one night, like in my sleep, and I saw her outline and she was using like a dildo in front of me. She must
sorry.
have thought I was still asleep.
I'm sorry.
Like, hey, girl, control your noises.
well, people gotta
Yeah, she
masturbate,
was-
So wait, she was did
Yeah,
you see?
she was,
Was
like,
she under the
crazy,
covers with the
crazy
dildo?
loud. Yeah, she was like crazy loud, and I got so nervous, and my heart was beating so fast.
Yeah,
and
that
I was
is
like,
nerve-wracking.
"What do I do?" I was so scared, and I never talked about it because I was like 18, and I was so awkward, and I didn't know how to bring it up. I
Aw.
felt so uncomfortable, and I started to like sleep outside in friends' rooms. But the worst part of it is that she kept it under her pillow.
Wow.
She did. Did she clean it ever? Did you ever see her clean it?
I don't want to know.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So you're telling us that she did this on like almost a nightly basis?
She did it maybe 4 or 5 nights of the week.
Yeah. No, but that's not bad. Like, I want to clarify. I don't think it's bad to masturbate.
No,
like, every
we are
night.
not
we're
saying,
just saying in
you can
public,
masturbate
honestly.
15 times a day, but just don't do it in the same
I
room
know,
as me.
but she thought she
No.
was sleeping.
I can't believe like she couldn't just like, she we have it in our ability to not make any sounds,
True.
right?
Yes.
Come on.
I mean,
Right.
unless
I
it's
mean-
like, I got to know what dildo she was using.
I know, right?
I don't know. I never saw what it looked like in the light, but it must have been good because she was making some interesting noises.
Do you regret not saying anything to her now?
I feel like if I saw her now, I'd probably be like, hey, listen, we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
The dildo in the
You-
room.
I would probably just let her know, unless you got some kind of kick out of me hearing it, I just want to let you know, like, I felt super uncomfortable and that was pretty weird. I think I'd have the confidence now to say something, but
Right.
back then it
well,
was
that's good.
way too awkward.
I have to say,
For everyone listening, if you're going through this, speak up, obviously.
I would be
Because I
like,
feel
girl,
bad that you felt uncomfortable.
Yeah,
about
I would be
it.
like, girl, not cool. What the fuck is
I
wrong
would
with
say
you?
in the middle of it happening, I'd be like, excuse me, I can't hear you. I don't know. That's probably the least awkward way of going about it.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, I hear you right now.
That's the most, because then that person's like mortified for life. I
think they're going to be mortified
Right.
either way. They know that the other person's hearing. Did you try earplugs?
I got those, whatever they're called, earplugs, yes.
Earplugs
But they
with
would,
an eye
pop
mask.
out, and they, I would still hear it. I would just feel so awkward. Like, I would turn my back to her every night and just, close my eyes and be like, please don't do it. Please don't use your thing. Like, please don't do it tonight.
Oh, I feel bad for your younger self.
But I also
It's
kind of
okay,
feel bad
like-
for the other girl because, how could she be so naive to think that the roommate's not ever hearing this?
Well, if you're closing your eye, was it loud?
Her?
Yeah.
yeah, she was loud
It
enough.
was loud. I mean, it was also a small room.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
all tiny. There wasn't anywhere for me to go. It was really weird.
Wow.
It would also have been one thing if she was on the top bunk or on the bottom bunk and you guys weren't next to each other, able to flip over and see it all happening.
So many questions
Yes.
that I just will never understand why
I
she
know,
did this.
I,
But
wanna get her
thank you
on.
so much. That is so disturbing.
I know. Thanks for calling
Yeah.
in. We appreciate it.
Of course.
And
Thank
thanks for
you guys.
listening.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
So I am so looking forward to going home for the holidays, you guys, because when I go home, my parents are so brutal to me. When I'm home, I literally act like a degenerate. I never brush my teeth. And I remember being in the kitchen last Christmas and my mom was like, did something die in your mouth?
No
in
way.
front of all these people, our
That's so
neighbors.
mean.
And I was like, Mom, but I'm excited to go home now because I have Quip, an electric toothbrush. I literally feel like a rich person now because I never had one before. And it's just so easy to use. And it is legit my favorite toothbrush, guys.
I actually had somebody come up to us over the weekend and they listened to my podcast and they're like, I got Quip from your podcast and I really like it. And I love the way it sticks to the mirror when I'm traveling and it comes with the little case that goes over the bristles so that they know that when you flush the toilet, you're not getting any germs on your bristles.
Quip is a better electric toothbrush created by dentists and designers. Quip was designed to make brushing your teeth more simple, affordable, and even more enjoyable. And I need all the enjoyment I can get since I hate brushing my fucking teeth. Sensitive sonic vibrations are gentle enough on your sensitive gums. And why? Because people brush too hard and some electric toothbrushes are too abrasive. There's a built-in 2-minute timer and a multi-use cover mounts to your mirror and unmounts to slide over your bristles for on-the-go brushing. Brush heads are automatically delivered on a dentist-recommended schedule of every 3 months just for $5.
That is honestly so clutch because it's basically like getting a new toothbrush every 3 months, which you should be doing.
And Quip is one of the first electric toothbrushes accepted by the Dental Association and has thousands of verified 5-star reviews.
So we love Quip because it's so conducive for traveling and it's very, very gentle on our gums. They are backed by over 20,000 dental professionals. And Quip starts at $25. So if you go to getquip.com/getit right now, you're going to get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. So get the toothbrush that is recommended by over 20,000 dental professionals and go to GetQuip, GetQuip.com/getit. That is getquip.com/getit. Can I say one thing,
Yeah.
Lauren? You've had sex with Maura in the room.
No, I haven't.
No?
Are you fucking insane?
I feel that's a college thing, or Mora has then.
Well, excuse me, guys. I lost my virginity. You know this on a bottom bunk in a fraternity house.
Yeah, see,
With somebody above,
with someone
more.
above.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
More in a fraternity house had sex with a guy on the lower bunk, and she
that's
was
very
I
common
thought it was
in a fraternity house.
I thought it was two next to each other beds.
No, the guy was like above.
Guys don't care, if it was like a
I mean, in retrospect, I would never do it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
How
but,
wacky is that like you're just like in a room and like two other like there's a penis inside a vagina in
Yeah.
the room below, like
It's so weird. One time
So
I was
weird.
hooking up with this guy and he had a roommate who I later hooked up with as well. But when I woke, it was, and it's like, I think I told you guys this story. It was like early in the morning and I farted and I tried to squeeze my butt cheeks together so hard so it wouldn't come out, but it came out and none of that. and I look up and I'm like, oh my God, my life is over. My life is over. And I look up and they're both still sleeping. So I'm like, phew, and I lay my head down on the pillow and then the other guy goes,
no way.
started laughing. And to this day, I don't even know if I have the potential to turn red. Am I red?
You
it's
are.
like one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened.
that is so
College
embarrassing.
morning farts after drinking are one of a kind.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. But like to have two guys in the room that are like hot.
And you looked up to see.
It was like when Carrie Bradshaw
Yeah.
farted and she like, remember she gets up and she like runs into the door. Like,
Who did she fart in front of? Big?
Big.
Poor Jared, I fart from him every day.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But it was like a loud.
it was like a little, like I was squeezing. I was like, don't come out. And it was like,
I could laugh at that for days.
I was so fucking embarrassed.
Oh,
I
my
could easily
gosh.
call both of them too one day and have them on the podcast.
Funny.
Hold on, let me
So
think
bad.
which
That'd be
one we
good.
should call next.
We should do.
I
Can we
want
do a
another
podcast
sexual
about
one.
farting in front of guys?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what do you want, Ash?
I was gonna say another sexual one.
Oh, you want another sexual podcast?
No, another sexual one of an awkward roommate.
Okay, well,
story.
this one's just bizarre. So
Okay, fine.
Let's give her.
good to have some
I'm
diversity.
So mind boggled.
You're, like, intrigued
I'm
by
so
it.
mind boggled because I'm such a prude.
Well,
That's
I'll tell
true.
you more about my losing my virginity story after this.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much for taking our call. Could you tell us your very, very bizarre story?
Ashley and I are so
Yes.
excited. Lauren knows it, but we don't.
Yes, of course. So, this was when I was still in school, and I lived in an apartment, and I was looking for a roommate. And this girl seemed very quiet and studious, which is like what I was looking for because I didn't want anyone who was like crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this will be totally fine. So the first day I met her, she walked in and she was painted completely blue, her whole body.
No, like Blue Man Group?
Yep. Like Blue Man Group with
Wait, and this
red.
isn't like Halloween or like,
No.
was she going to a social for a sorority?
Nope, this was September and she was not going to anything like that.
Wow.
And this was the beginning of the school year. So she had also in red contacts, like bright red.
No. Was she a comic
So-
book like character?
I have no idea. She just like introduced herself normally, like it was like normal. So,
No explanation.
This is so funny.
No way.
so yep. And so at first I was like, okay, maybe she's just a little weird, like whatever, it's fine. So then throughout the week, things were just like literally got weirder. She would go shopping. She went shopping for groceries. She had a refrigerator, but she would keep her meat, like her raw meat, out on her desk
Ew.
What?
and not put it in the refrigerator. And the
Is she
first
a
time I saw
vampire?
it, I have no idea. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, maybe she forgot. I was like, maybe she forgot to put it in the fridge. So I put it in the fridge for her, and she texted me, and she was like, oh, I meant to leave that out.
Like
was like,
ground
what?
beef or chicken?
Like chicken.
was she
raw
trying to
chicken.
make it the night of? Like when she
Still
got
should be in
home?
the fridge.
Yeah.
I don't know, because after that, like, I didn't see it. And like, she used to do this with all her stuff that was supposed to be refrigerated. She wouldn't refrigerate, but then it would go somewhere. So I'm
Lauren,
not sure.
was she a vampire, Lauren?
Well,
What was she?
I'm going to let her finish the story.
Oh, there's more to
yeah.
it?
Oh, I thought that was
Wait,
it.
she might actually be a vampire because the last part. Okay, this is where I decided to move out. This was like this was 3 weeks in, and I was sleeping, and I'm like a really light sleeper. So if anyone's like moving in the room, I'll probably wake up. So I hear rustling,
and I wake up.
You didn't share a
and
bedroom.
We shared a bedroom, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, continue. Sorry,
So,
I
like-
wanted to cut you off there because I
Yeah,
wanted
so
to create more of a climax.
Yes, we shared a bedroom. So I hear rustling around and I wake up. I can't see anything. I turn my phone light on and I see her standing on her bed.
No.
Like just standing.
No.
And I thought maybe she like didn't feel well. So I was like, "Are you okay?"
Wait, is
And I
she
asked her-
possessed?
No, she was awake.
Let's
and
let
so
her
I
finish.
asked her-
Let's let her finish.
I said, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "You really need to go to sleep. It's the witching hour."
She's a fucking witch.
She's a witch.
And I said to her, and I was like, "I really can't. I cannot go to sleep right now."
Did you leave? I would have
Yeah.
called out us out of
I
that
literally
apartment.
called I did.
cops.
You did. You did.
I walked out. I literally walked out and knocked on my friend's room at 3 a.m. And I was like, "I need to sleep on your floor. I don't care."
You
the
really
next
need
day-
to go to sleep.
The next day, I went and I was like, "I need to get a new roommate. I'm sorry."
Oh my god! How'd she respond to that?
I texted her and I was trying to be really nice about it. And I was like, "Oh, my friend had an opening in her room," which wasn't true. I just like got another random roommate. And I was like, "My friend had an opening and I wanted to move in with them. Like, so I'm sorry, but like, I'm going to be moving out today. Hope you don't mind." And then she just didn't respond. And that was the last time I ever
Did
heard
you
from her.
ever address like her about that night?
She never saw her again.
No, I was too scared.
No, but you had to move your stuff out, obviously.
Yeah, where was she?
Yeah,
then?
she wasn't there. She wasn't there.
Wait, so you've never asked her why the fuck were you standing on your bed and leaving
No,
your
but she
meat
would
out
always-
and dressed in blue?
Wait, you guys.
Yeah, she would always do stuff like that. She would hide under her bed and like build
She
a
would
fort.
hide under
and,
her
like-
bed.
Yeah, she would like build a fort with the blankets and like.
Aww.
Wow. I just can't get over the imagery of her being like, "You really need to go back." And you're like, "I really can't."
That's scary. I literally said,
I would have ran. Oh my god! I think I'm gonna shit my pants just listening to this.
It's so funny. I'm sorry.
scared the living daylights out of me. You have no idea.
Damn, witches are real.
See? Yeah, they ate that raw meat under her bed. I hope
that
she didn't curse you, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, this was like 6 or 7 years ago, so hopefully not.
Yeah. I
So
think
you
you're
know
good.
where she is now?
She's
Like,
going to
do you
take your firstborn.
Do you ever look
No.
her up on like Facebook or anything?
No, I used to see her around campus, and I felt kind of bad because I think like the word got around that she was a little like
Yeah.
cuckoo, and like I kind of felt bad because like whenever I'd see her, she like wouldn't look at me, and I'm like, "Oh no, I think she like, I think she's definitely gonna curse me," but like. I don't know.
Witches' lives matter too.
It's okay. That's a great story. Thank you so
Damn.
much.
Wait, I had one
Yeah,
more question.
no problem.
It
Yeah,
just
what?
weirds me out a little bit that you say that you would wake up really lightly. I wonder if she was doing that on a regular basis and that was the only time you caught her.
But she sleeps lately, so she probably would have
I
heard
know,
it every
I don't
time.
know.
But
Maybe
yeah,
she
maybe
woke
that
up
is
at the witching hour every night.
3 o'clock, she probably was standing on her bed.
She used to stay up late and like watch. She used to like watch stuff on her computer. Like she would stay up really late a lot. So
Honestly,
like
she
I would
sounds
just
like
try.
Lauren Iconetti.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she used to stay up late all the time. So like I didn't think it was that weird. But then when she said that, I was like, holy shit.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
This is a great story.
Thank you so much.
Bravo. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.
Guys.
That
No,
was so
okay.
good.
What I want to know is why the fuck isn't anyone saying anything?
They're scared.
Guys,
Why did they say anything there?
in no world, no Spanish person would let that happen
I
and be
know.
like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave now." I'd be like, "Bitch, you better get the fuck down from there."
I would love. She probably was like hanging from the ceiling. You need to go to bed.
I would
think
grab
I
my
would-
pepper spray.
If I could avoid having to talk to them again, I would definitely.
But can we
avoid
just
it.
talk
not
about-
in my world. I'd be like, "You better get the fuck down there. Ain't no devil coming
How the
in the room
phone, like the
tonight."
phone flashlight, like seeing her
Oh my
eyes
god!
light
I,
up. like,
I
you need to
forgot
get-
about the flashlight.
That is so scary.
No, her dressed in blue with red contacts and the
Like,
meat
hello,
out.
my name is whatever, Amanda. You know,
She was, wait, was she painted blue?
Yes, she said her
I
whole body
know.
was painted blue and her eyes were red.
Can we? I'm gonna Google painted
Blue
blue,
doesn't seem
red
like a
eyes,
witchery
and
or
nude.
something.
Good
Yeah,
job.
Let's
Good
see-
job.
Let's see what comes
Okay.
You know what probably happens a lot when your roommates steal your Rothy's shoes.
Meghan Markle stole my shoes.
Wait, did Ashley steal your shoes, Lauren?
She did actually. She stole my Rothy's.
I
Ashley, you love Rothy's.
I do love Rothy's because they're so comfy and they just slide on. And they're unlike any other flats where they don't give me a cut on my ankle. And Meghan Markle wears them. She did not steal them from me, but she does wear them. And I think that's pretty darn cool that I can wear a same label as Meghan Markle.
We all know how fashion forward Meghan Markle is.
Rothy's is the everyday flat for life on the go. It's stylish, classic, comfortable, and comes in 3 fashionable styles: the flat, the point, and the loafer. So Ashley got the loafer, and I got the flat, and she stole my flat.
And
so
I got a
Ashley's
gray,
too.
and Lauren got a black. And they go with everything.
The color and pattern selection is amazing, and they're always updating their lineup. But they launch new colors every few weeks because they sell out constantly.
We have the black and the gray because those colors go with everything, but they also have more colorful colors if you're into that.
What I think is the best thing about Rothy's, it'll blow your mind that they are from recycled plastic water bottles.
I know.
Water
Isn't that
bottles are so
crazy?
comfy.
They're so soft. They feel like you're wearing socks. So Naz, tell them where they can get these.
They are like socks.
So, guys, all you have to do is go to rothys.com. That's ROTHYS.com and enter GET IT, GETIT, to get your cute shoes and free shipping. Guys, this is honestly a no-brainer. Shoes that are comfortable, stylish, and sustainable, and you get free shipping, like I said. So go get yourself a pair today. That's rothys.com, ROTHYS.com. Promo code GET IT. Get this deal while it lasts. All right, back to the podcast. By the way, we're getting a lot of love on last week's podcast.
Oh, great.
Amazing.
That's awesome. Also, Naz,
no
this is so
texting.
random, but congrats on doing the interview with the transgender boxer.
Aw,
That's
thanks,
a big deal.
Ash. I
It is.
know.
And you did a really great job.
Aw, thank you. I
You
was
sounded
so
legit.
I was so scared because remember I told you I don't know anything about boxing.
Yeah. But I didn't know it was that one. That was in the national news.
I know. It
Yeah.
was trending #1 on Twitter. I got all these tweets today.
Yeah.
Basically, I got offered this opportunity because everyone at the Dodgers works for Golden Boy, this boxing company.
okay.
And Roxy Diaz, did I tell you she normally hosts it?
Yeah.
Which was a big deal for me because I was like, oh, she's like a big host.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
And they're like, she's out of town. Do you want to do it? And I was like, I don't know anything about boxing. I'm scared.
Cool.
And I didn't really have time to study, but it was for the first time ever, I trusted myself. I feel like, do you ever feel like that hosting, Ash? Where sometimes you just don't trust yourself?
yeah.
And then I messed up. But anyways, long story short, it ended up, thank God I did it, because I ended up interviewing the first transgender
Yeah, that's
boxer in
amazing.
professional boxing. And it was on ESPN, I think. It was so cool.
so crazy.
I know.
Way to go.
So do
yeah.
things that scare you.
For me, it's the interviews that I'm most scared of doing that I
Right.
normally do the best at.
Oh, see, I always try and memorize, and then if I forget for a second, I'm like, and then I blank.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that. That's scary. Okay, Lauren?
Okay. Well, there's this one. I don't know if she wants us to use her name, but I'll read this. Okay. I was assigned a freshman roommate by my junior year. My second roommate in college would always steal my clothes and wear them. Sometimes I would come home from class and outfits would be hung up with pit stains still visible. She would eat my food. She would never clean her own dishes. And this is why I love this one. And every time she had fast food, she would eat it in bed naked because she didn't want to get it on herself. The last straw. Wait, what? There you go. She ate her food in her bed naked, so she didn't get it on herself.
Yeah, but isn't she get it in her
bed?
sheets?
I know. It doesn't make any sense. The last straw was coming home one night after working late to a party in our room, and she let people hook up in my bed. So, a lot of
my
roommates
God,
let people hook up in the other person's
so I'll
bed.
say
That's
this.
so rude.
I had a teeny bopper Fantasyland in my junior year apartment room. So we all had our own rooms junior year, 4 rooms in an apartment. And I would always lock the door with my key before I left. I'd lock my room door. One time, one of our mutual friends tried to sleep in my room, and so she gnawed on my my lock for a long time with a bobby pin. Ended up breaking the lock. I got back that night, couldn't open my door, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's because she tried to get in," and it was like, "Oh great, well now I gotta call."
And also, just
Maintenance.
and now I obviously know someone's breaking my room. And that's
Now
the one
I
time they
know.
fucked up your lock. You don't even know how many times they successfully got in there.
Totally. Yeah, that's really
weird.
horrible.
That's gross.
That is gross because
I would find, I mean, I would have my friends sleep in my other roommate's room when she was gone and stuff, but like I would find underwear in my bed all the time.
That's disgusting.
That
What?
was not mine.
That
Lauren,
is nasty as
Wait,
fuck.
what?
in my Stuytown apartment.
No way.
Yeah.
Girls' underwear?
Girls' underwear, guys' underwear.
Lauren.
Yeah.
I would at least always like change
They
the
wouldn't
sheets
even
for the
ca-
people, but
they didn't even care because like we were just so floozy about everything.
you
like,
guys were so
Yeah.
gross. You were
Ew.
gross people.
yeah, you know, we're
Ew.
adults
That
now,
was
and we
hippie.
learn a
Hippie
lot.
dating.
Okay?
Well, both of her roommates in that apartment when she was like 20, they were so hip. Both of them were so hippie.
but they were cleaner.
they
than
smoked
me.
so much pot, you could smell it the second the elevator doors
Yeah.
opened.
Oh man.
Do you want to read one of these?
Wait, I had something I was gonna say. Wanted to ask you guys. I have two friends that have gotten in a huge fight because they lived together, and one friend went away like on vacation, and the other girl had people come over and stay at the house and sleep in her bed. Yeah. And it almost like ended a friendship. Not like really, but
Well, it's really a
how
respect
do
thing,
you guys
especially when it
feel
goes
about
with two.
what
of
do you
them
guys
bad.
think? Do you think that's a big deal?
I think you got to ask and be like, I'll clean the sheets.
Yeah, I
and I'll
think-
change the sheets after they do it.
So she didn't. Yeah, she didn't.
She should have
ask.
asked and changed the sheets.
I
That's
would
what think.
always say yes if they were to change the sheets and ask. But
Right.
if they were sneaking around, then
Like, you don't want to sleep on someone or someone else like sweat all night or even put their body. You don't know.
yeah, put a body you don't know is pretty gross. But then again, we do that every time we go into a hotel room.
Except they change the sheets.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
clean.
But it's also just so weird that we lick spoons that have been in thousands of people's mouths
Literally,
at restaurants.
I went to Morocco a couple years back and they eat with their hands.
Yeah.
And in my head, as like, you know, a kid in college, I was like, that's gross, you know? And then I was sitting there and eating with my hands and I'm like, oh, this is amazing because I know where my hands have been. And they were literally saying
Yes.
it's grosser that you guys eat with silverware. And I found it to be true.
I agree.
That's true, but then I just think of the inconvenience that is eating.
no,
with your
think of your
hands.
finger. Well, you love eating with your hands, Ashley. We all do. Finger
as long
foods,
as it's bread and
bread, chicken, naan, like dips.
I'm thinking pasta.
Well, you can't. They don't eat pasta in Morocco.
do they eat rice though?
Yeah, it's like Mediterranean food.
I'd like eat like a deer.
Oh my god! Wait, Ashley, you have to make that face again.
like a deer, like a
Wait.
goat being fed.
Wait, I have to do a boomerang.
Here we go,
of
everyone.
that.
We're doing a boomerang. Look
All right,
for it.
ready? 1, 2.
No, it needs the sound effect.
So that's awesome.
Okay. So this is kind of complicated, but this is some weird, terrible shit. Okay. Okay. I really had great roommates up until my sophomore suite mate pulled this stunt. I had hooked up with a guy during freshman year once and thought he was a cool guy. Never heard from him after that, though. Fast forward to sophomore year, and I got a text from him. It was really random, but I was really excited that he was interested in me. And we chatted for a little bit. Turns out my suite mate stole my phone and texted him, then deleted the text to make it look like it was out of the blue. She was trying to, quote, help.
They stole her phone.
So she took her phone. That was like if I took your phone and said, "Hey, I don't want to see you again, Jared," and then deleted
deleted it.
and pretend, and so he never texted her again.
That is the meanest thing you could ever do,
No.
to a girl. I would die
Wait,
if
is it
someone did
because
that to
she
me.
had a
She
crush
thought
on him or
I don't know.
something?
We don't know why, but
but
she was trying to help her. Maybe she thought she was a bad guy, but like ended things, but deleted the conversation. Crazy. So she said she was so embarrassed. I couldn't believe she invaded my privacy and put me in a situation. The rest of the year was awkward, but my blood still boils. I bet it boils. Like, can you believe?
I would be so motherfucking
That is
mad.
not her place.
That is like the number one thing like to never do to me. I would murder someone.
Sometimes I would think that if I was getting a text back, I would be like, did you block him? Is someone block him on my phone and he's just not texting me?
Oh, that's really mean. All right, guys. So I just had a random thought that I need to share, and that is that traditional multivitamins weren't doing women any favors. So Ritual reimagined one from the ground up, and the result was an essential vitamin for women that comes in 2 daily capsules made with 9 essential nutrients most women lack.
Essential for women. The future of vitamins is clear. Ritual Essentials for Women is the multivitamin reimagined. From D3 to Omega 3, Ritual Essential for Women fills the gaps in all women's diet. all with a fresh minty flavor and no fishy aftertaste.
That's basically why we don't take vitamins, because they taste bad.
Gross. Like, I
Right?
would literally burp and it smelled like an Alaskan salmon.
Ew. And it
Like
also,
a wild Alaskan
it also makes you feel nauseous, and you're like, wow, I have to have a whole meal with my vitamin not to feel nauseous. But Ritual has figured out to go around the nausea so you don't experience it. And for all you pregnant ladies out there, or those trying to get pregnant, Ritual has a Ritual Essential Prenatal. And those are for all you guys out there, like I said, who are trying to conceive or have conceived, because you need these essential nutrients from DHA to folate at every stage of your pregnancy. And guys, this is what's going to make your skin and your hair look good during pregnancy. So,
And even if you're not pregnant, your skin and hair will look amazing. My favorite personally, my favorite part about Ritual is that it's traceable and transparent. So if you're an obsessive label reader like I am, all of Ritual is vegan friendly. All of Ritual is vegan friendly, sugar free, non-GMO, gluten free, allergen free ingredients, and their sources are 100% out there for the whole world to see. And it's also delivered, so you don't even have to walk anywhere to go get it. So all you guys need is a subscription. It's really easy to start. And it's easy to snooze. And it's only $1 a day.
It's only $1 a day, guys. Get your nutrients in your body. Whether you're living life or creating it, why not add some good-looking science into your daily routine? Visit ritual.com/getit to start your ritual today. That's ritual.com/getit.
Let's get to our other two callers.
Okay. So let's get Grace on the line. All right, Grace, let's hear your roommate horror story.
Okay, so this is about 5 years ago, so I'll recollect as much as I can, but I was in high school and we had like a college summer program for people who wanted to like study in the summer. And so I was at home, I was away from home, and we were in like a suite type setup, and my roommate and I shared a bathroom with our suite mates, and our suite mate, one of them, her name, I won't tell her name, but she was, in case she's out there and she's going to get revenge, but she was a little standoffish, didn't really talk much, didn't actually talk at all. We were kind of all scared of her. She was just kind of weird, but I was nice and kind of just stayed, mind my own business.
Stayed in your lane.
Yeah, I stayed in my own lane because that's what I do. And
I don't know why that was so funny.
I was just showering one night because it was like a dorm shower and they're kind of nasty. But so luckily I had my flip flops on and
you got your shower shoes.
Yeah, you gotta have the shower shoes when you're 18. I was showering and I noticed that like the water was not like going down the drain, and so I was like, well, what the heck is going on? And do you guys know what a waffle stomp is?
No, that's the thing that goes over the drain.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, like the drain looks like, it kind of has like this waffle formation, and
wait, like,
I don't
like
like
the
those
little,
ones. Those gross me out.
You're talking
gross
about,
me out.
it's like a hole and then there's just a thing on top?
Yeah, that's like ours. That's why I don't shower in Jared and my shower.
Yeah, like a bunch of little holes.
Where do you
instead
shower?
of like
Lauren's
just a drain.
room.
You shower in Lauren's bathroom?
Yeah, both of us do. Jared and I think that our shower is so gross.
I'll trade with you. I'll trade rooms with you.
That's hilarious.
All right, so continue. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, so it's that kind of drain, and I look down, and it's just like smeared in poop. Like there's poop all over.
Oh my God, I had to take my headphones off. I had to take my headphones off.
So gross.
What in the actual fuck?
It's so like, I didn't know what to do because I was like, this is my first time like away from home for like 3 months. Like, I don't know, like if someone just like maybe like had an accident, was embarrassed. And so like I got out of the shower and I asked my roommates like, come look at this. Like I gathered everyone in our shower.
You gathered
Including the quiet girl?
Not the crazy girl. She was like in her, I don't know what she was doing. She was not around. And so we were like, I swear I didn't poop in the shower. Like I would not do that, And so like, well, it was obviously this
You are
girl.
like so funny.
Yeah,
to me.
you
I
have
don't
such
know why.
dry humor. It's
Like
so funny.
the
Thanks,
way
guys.
the way you like your inflection.
So I wouldn't poop in the shower.
You need to like be an actress or something. It's so
Oh,
good.
thank you.
It's so fucking good.
So like I didn't know what to do, so I like went to my RA and she looked at it and she's like, yeah, someone definitely waffle stomped that drain. Like, that's not cool.
I did not know that was an expression, though.
Waffle stomp.
It is.
So this
it's
person-
probably on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, this person pooped and then
gonna look
stomped
it up.
it down the drain.
Yeah, kind of to cover it up. But, you know, like, if you, like...
But why would you
try to
shit in the
stop
shower
poop,
and not the toilet?
bits are, like, all over the floor, you know? Like, it didn't go down.
I'm going to throw up. Oh, my God.
The only thing I can think of is that the toilet was clogged and she had to go and she couldn't figure out where to go and it was an emergency. And even in that case, I think I would like poop in a bag before.
Waffle stomper on
Like,
Urban
I
Dictionary.
can't even look at it if there's any
It
illustration.
says,
the
no, it just
definition.
says noun. Someone who takes a dump in the shower and tries to crush it down the drain with their feet. And the sentence is, I went to jump in the shower after Steve had finished only to find that fucking waffle stomper had left sharp now all over
I
the
can't.
floor.
I can't.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
I have never heard of this
Yeah.
word in my life. This is amazing. I just added it to my vocab.
And so then, like, I was kind of savage because I was like, you know, not the nicest. So I like told all my friends, like, hey, like my sweet mate pooped in the shower, and then we like called her little pooper for like the rest of the like school trip. And I think she like found out because she was
I feel
like,
bad for her.
yeah, I think I was kind of a bully. But the kicker is like a week later, we had to go on like a.
There's
like
a kicker here?
There's a kicker. It's not over. So we were gonna go to like a educational trip to like Minneapolis, and so they like got us all hotel rooms. And like, guess who had to be Little Pooper's roommate like a week after it happened?
You?
I had to be a roommate. And so I'm like, well, shoot, now she's gonna like probably kill me in my sleep because like I started this rumor and she knows that I know she pooped in the shower and like it's over for me.
It's over for you.
It was over. I was prepared to like never come back. And so I said my goodbyes and it was over. But so I went to bed and her sweet mate was like, just so you know, like she doesn't really sleep. She just kind of like sits up at night and like just stares off in the distance. And like sometimes she talks, but like I don't know who she's talking to. And so I like go to bed and I wake up at like 3 a.m.
I'm sorry.
And she's sitting in like, you know, like hotels have like that corner like chair. She's like sitting in the chair and she's just like giggling like to herself. And I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This, Mom, like, I love you. And then she started like whispering like these like, it sounded like wizard chants or something.
You sound
like
this is
little
like
spells.
this is the
Witch.
second roommate witch we've had on this podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not, oh my gosh.
It's frequent.
Yeah, and so she did that, and she did that a lot in her sweet mate's room, and I didn't die, but
Wow.
yeah.
I
Now she
love
kinda
I
has
love
spirit.
the end of your post where it says, I swear, this girl didn't sleep and only pooped in the shower and whispered chants. So
That was her
funny.
essence.
Wow.
My
essence.
goodness
Wow.
gracious. Words really can't describe how satisfied I am with their story.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you,
You
guys.
are
That means so
hilarious.
much.
But also,
I
like,
love
I
you
totally
guys
believe
so
in
much.
witches now.
Yeah.
Aw, well, we love you. Thanks for listening.
I just like why couldn't she go to the toilet? Maybe it's part of her witchery, you know?
I don't know.
The witches told her to put the poop down the shower drain.
On Wednesdays, witches waffle stomp.
Waffle Stop Wednesdays.
Awful stop Wednesdays.
It's a new thing. It's
Oh
a new
my
trend.
God.
Yo, let's
they
start
had
this
to,
shit.
They had to call it a cleaning service. Like no one could shower in the shower for like a week because they had to like
Ew.
call in a professional to like clean it up. So she
wow.
better have felt bad.
Oh my!
It was
If I
disgusting.
was standing
Ashley
in
would've
my
thrown up
shower
for sure.
shoes in the shower, and then I saw poop in like, the crevices, oh,
Thank goodness for flip flops, man.
Yeah, imagine if I didn't have flip flops. That would have been
Okay, Ashley's throwing up right now. Thank you so much, Grace. That was amazing.
I love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys, she was so funny.
So funny.
You guys, I'm going to
my
promote the shit out of this podcast because everyone in the world needs to hear it.
But can I just say that I tried to Google girl dressed in all blue with red contacts and me, and nothing came up. But I'm glad I learned what a waffle stomper was tonight.
In the midst of all this grossness, I thought about another roommate story, a couple of them, the gross outers, gross out stories, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it happened in a fancy mansion with cameras around, but there was one roommate
subtle,
of mine.
Ashley,
There was one roommate of mine that would walk around the bedrooms naked and with a tampon string hanging out.
I feel like I know who this is.
And then...
And I didn't work on your season.
Okay, well, good.
Is it?
Yeah. And, and she would take a tampon out, like pull the string down in front of other girls in bedrooms.
No.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night?
No, not in the middle of the daytime.
She'd be having a conversation with someone.
She'd be having a conversation and casually pull out her bloody tampon.
That is the grossest thing.
There's multiple witnesses.
Very unsanitary.
That's so
And
unsanitary.
then there was a time when a friend of mine was brushing her teeth, and then she plopped down next to her and pooped. Like the poop came and plopped in the toilet as she was right next to her brushing her teeth.
Yeah, like if you need to go number 2, you need to ask, is it cool if I number 2?
Yeah.
Like number 1 in teeth brushing's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But number 2?
Yeah. I'm not
That's
even okay
so
brushing my teeth
gross.
after I did number 2.
Exactly. You need to let let the smell evaporate.
No, exactly.
Wow.
I'm like, I gotta brush my teeth before I let this one go because I can't do it vice versa.
Speaking
That's
of
nasty.
that, being in a sorority house, what I would see a lot is like you'd go
Clogged toilets.
No, like, well, yes.
Ugh.
And like hair stuck in the shower. But I'd go and find like a friend that lived in like another room and I'd see like panties on the ground with like blood stains on it, you know, that they just like took off. And to me, that is so disgusting.
Yeah, because Naz doesn't have any discharge in her end.
No, bloody ones.
My discharge is all over the place.
It doesn't matter. Even if I did have a lot of discharge, I wouldn't leave my panties out. That's
I
so
bury them at the bottom
gross.
of our laundry.
Yeah,
so Jared
me too.
doesn't see the
hide.
discharge on my panties.
I feel like you leave your panties out on the ground.
Sometimes.
Ew.
Sometimes. You know, depends. I have a couple stories I just want to read, and then one caller. This one was so funny, and I'm disappointed she didn't respond to me. But
Oh man.
I'm not going to give her name because I don't know. She goes, I had a roommate that I guess thought she was being haunted. She said,
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
she said it felt like a cat scratched her, and she had marks, but they went away. She spent like all night sitting in the middle of the living room crying. Aww. She said,
Oh, this is something you would do.
No,
This is you, Lauren.
She said she, quote, thought this wouldn't happen here. And in parentheses, we went to a Christian school. Then she bought us all cross necklaces. Also, she had a bad back, and one morning she came crawling into mine and my other roommate's room, yelling, "Jenna!"
You guys, I think she was possessed.
Wait,
Until I woke up to see her on the floor of our room, all grudge-like. I had to call her ambulance. Parentheses, not that funny, but considering the circumstances, just weird.
Okay, so she may have had schizophrenia, which
No,
is not.
she just thought she was being haunted, which is
Lord,
fine.
you mean being haunted,
then,
possessed?
But then she crawled to the room like the garage. I laughed so hard.
Guys,
I'm
what if
sorry.
she really was possessed though?
She wasn't. She was schizophrenic, which is why it makes me feel worse with me laughing at it.
I think
That's why I feel bad
know.
laughing.
I don't.
This
yeah.
girl, Jenna, help me.
Oh, was Jenna her name? Like
Yeah,
the roommate's
sorry.
name? Oh, well, that's like a little less. I thought she was just screaming a random woman's name, and in that case,
I don't know. I just imagine this girl like with her back all crooked, be like, "Help me!"
wait, what in The Exorcist? What's the name? What's the name?
Huh?
The name of like the girl who's possessed in The Exorcist.
In the garage.
Reagan. I was like, think she's like came in yelling Reagan.
Oh, Okay. Oh my God. I lived with 4 guys for my 3rd year of college, and one we never saw. We always wondered if he showered or used the bathroom. Well, on move out day, we finally saw him 8 months later.
No, stop
and he
this.
had been peeing in Coke bottles and storing them in his room. There are walls and bookshelves all lined with pee bottles.
Oh,
Look, the way of the future. The way of the future. The way of the future. The way of the
Guys, that is
future. If you guys didn't know, that's a quote from The Aviator in which Howard Hughes does this.
But this guy literally peed in bottles and didn't go to the bathroom. I don't know where
Where's
he
his
pooped.
poop?
We don't know where he pooped.
You're telling me that all he would do was like go to class and come back home and never go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
guys, I need answers as to why. Like, I need to find all these people. I need to know why that girl was painted blue. I need to know all the things. Why did this guy pee in cans? Why?
It's just amazing how weird people are behind closed doors. That's what it is.
But do you think it's like, is it more than just being weird? Like, is it mental illness or is it like actually just being weird?
he may have had agoraphobia of some kind?
Yeah, like maybe he had a phobia.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be that. It's not all funny, but like a lot of it's funny.
No, yeah, a lot of it.
A lot of it's funny.
But I mean, like, did they tell him, like, it's move out day, you have to emerge from your room tomorrow? And he has all his pee everywhere.
Oh, God. Okay, we have our last caller who is an RA who has many good stories. And we would love to hear one about masturbation in particular, since Ashley finds it so interesting.
I just am very amused by the fact that people are okay touching their genitals in front of others.
Well, we don't know. So if you have any, tell us your craziest RA stories.
Yeah, sure. So real quick. So I was an RA for 3 years, and now I work professionally in colleges, and I'm a RHD. So I've dealt with
What's an RHD?
Yeah, sure. So a
Resident housing
hall,
director?
or residence hall director.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
an RA stands, is that residential
Assistant?
attendant?
Yep. Resident assistant.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Wait, how did you get into the I Don't Get a Podcast really quick?
How did I get into it?
Yeah,
Sure.
how'd you find us?
My sisters and mom got me into The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with the show. And then, I don't know, somehow I think I was following Ashley and on Instagram or something and kind of fell into the podcast.
Yep,
and
you
my
swiped
friends-
up to my swipe up bait.
Yep. And I've been listening for a long time. Like,
Wow.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
much.
much.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love the podcast. It's awesome. So
Thank
Aw,
you so
you're
much.
awesome.
Where are you from?
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I've dealt with just ridiculous, incidents and roommate conflicts and things like that. A couple with masturbation. So, yeah, we've had quite a few with masturbation. I know that I had a resident, come to me. They came to me and said that they thought their roommate was, masturbating while they were sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, are you sure? And they were like, well, I'm not, I'm not really sure. And I was like, all right, well, I can talk to that resident if you want. And they were super uncomfortable. They were like, please don't talk to him yet. I'm like, okay. If
This
you're
is
sure,
a sticky situation. Like,
Yeah,
now that I'm thinking about it, because
definitely.
it's like, that's so awkward.
Exactly. So, kind of think it's done with. A couple of weeks later, the resident comes back in and they're like, no, they're definitely masturbating while they think I'm asleep. And I was like, okay. And, you heard it? And they're like, yes, I heard it. And they whipped out their phone and they had an audio recording.
Oh my God.
No,
And
wow.
you could, yes. And you could hear what most likely was masturbation happening. And so
Allegedly.
yeah. So then I had to talk to that student about, not, taping people without their consent and everything like that, and how that's problematic. And then I had to bring in the other resident and talk to them and about how, they should be doing that when people aren't around. And also, it was a suite style living, so they had a bathroom.
Oh, yeah,
So,
you
I
could have
mean-
easily closed the door. It's not like a communal bathroom.
Some
Exactly.
people want to lay
So-
down.
Yeah, so yeah, you want to be comfortable and everything, but still, I mean, there's plenty of times where your roommate's not in the room.
Yeah.
And then but that person explained that it helps them go to sleep and all of this. So, we see that a lot. Even with like communal bathrooms, we'll get complaints. I've received, tons of complaints of people masturbating in communal bathrooms. And
so funny.
I mean, listen, if you're sharing a room, where are you supposed to masturbate? In your car?
You get the closet.
There's no
For
closet.
sure, but it's not like you and your roommate are always in the room together.
Right.
Like, share your Google Calendar and plan out your day.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to address the elephant in the room. You
So that
sound
was, masturbation.
no. You literally, the way you speak is Jack Pearson in This Is Us. You are Milo Ventimiglia. Are you related to him?
I wish.
Have you gotten that before?
Yeah. Do people tell
I
you?
You haven't?
No, I have not.
Well, what part of the country are you from?
I'm from the East Coast.
Yeah.
But where?
He
on the
can't
East
be
Coast?
specific.
He doesn't want to be
Oh,
specific.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I can be. I'm from New York.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Okay,
what I thought.
you need-
Milo's never lived in the East Coast, but he sounds like a New Yorker.
He does.
yeah.
I think it was from his Rocky days. He just like kept the
Yeah, he
accent.
said the accent.
He like learned it in the
Hanging
movie
out
and
with
then
Stallone
kept
will
it.
do that to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need to listen to the show and then listen to this podcast back when we put it up, and you're going to be astounded.
So many girls are going to be trying to follow you.
Yeah,
Get
they're
that
gonna try and
Milo
find you.
experience. That's so funny. You also mentioned that you have something with toothbrushes as an RA.
Oh yeah. So, my first year as an RA, I'm in the dining hall, and this girl, she runs up to me and she goes, "You're an RA, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah. What's going on?" And she's like, "There's a fight about to break out in my room, between, my suite mates." I was like, "Okay." So I grabbed my coworker. And we went up, and he was super pissed. I'll never forget because it was nacho night. And he left his nachos. What he thought was going to be like 10 minutes, and this turned to be like a 5-hour incident with tons of stuff. But in short, so we get up there, and these two girls are screaming at each other. One of the residents was accusing the other resident for sleeping with her boyfriend.
I thought you were going to say for using her toothbrush.
No, I thought
Well,
she
no,
was going to
no, we'll get to the toothbrush. So, so they're screaming at each other. She's accusing her for sleeping with her boyfriend. She's saying, "No, I didn't sleep with your boyfriend." And then, so we sit them down and we kind of go through our standard roommate mediation, right? Mm-hmm. We sit them down in opposite sides of the room. Me and my coworker were splitting the room with them. We're talking to them. And all of a sudden, they start screaming at each other again. Now they're getting really pent up, about stealing food and all of this. And then the other girl's talking about saying, "You've been stealing my clothes, and you're fat and obese, and you're ripping my clothes, and it's disgusting."
no.
And she's like, "I don't want you wearing my clothes." Yeah, it was actually very mean. So she's screaming at her about, like, "You're wearing my clothes and all this. And like, you think you can get with my boyfriend, and you're disgusting." So then the other girl who's getting screamed at looks at her straight faced and says, "Oh yeah, well, how's my ass taste? I've been putting your toothbrush in my butt for the last week."
I am going to sign off now. Wait, what did you do?
So then this the other girl, this girl picks up a chair and throws it, right? So now I go and I'm like standing in the doorway,
I was
trying to call one of the RHDs on call to get someone there.
Hold on. I need to know what your reaction was when she said that. Like, did you bust out laughing as an RA? What did you do?
So,
like, what did you do?
I laughed. My coworker, who's hysterical, he just screams, "Oh, fuck!" And so then So I'm trying to call my coworker. She threw the chair. He's screaming at both of them, like, sit down. The one girl runs at my coworker to get to the other girl. So he's like, I'm not getting into this. Steps out of the way.
Oh, boy.
Because it's problematic. He's a man. Like, he can't be grabbing onto. Yeah. So he's screaming at them, stop. I'm trying to. My supervisor picks up the phone, and he hears these two girls in a fist fight, like beating the heck out of each other. And I'm like, can you please just get here? I'm like 4 weeks into being an RA. I'm panicking. I don't know what I'm doing. And these two girls, they beat the heck out of each other. Then we had to get the cops involved. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I can't believe she put her toothbrush.
How does my ass taste?
Now hold on,
disgusting.
I don't know that you really know this, but like, did she put it up her butt?
Either way, her asshole was on it.
She probably pooped and then stuck it up there.
So me and my coworker, we're still friends to this day, and this was like 5. We always talk about, like, I wonder if she actually really ever put the toothbrush up there. Like, there's no proof.
Yeah, right? That's true.
Maybe she was just saying that.
Still, the satisfaction of getting her hurt the other one's reaction.
Wow. So, that's all I have to say. That was an incredible story.
One of the crazier ones. We've dealt with everything from just like drunken debauchery to like pranks gone horribly wrong.
Wow.
People trying to put deer in the building before and
deer.
Working in college and residence life, like you honestly,
you should write a book.
You should write a book.
RA stories. Just call it RA.
I wish I could still be an RA. That'd be so funny.
You would be so good at it.
No, I wish I could. Like be in college and be like, I don't even know.
Lauren would be so good at it.
You could be a sorority house mom.
Yeah, you could.
Nah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. That was incredible.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Have a great night, y'all.
Thank you for listening.
Bye. You guys.
That was great.
Holy shit.
I wish I could
literally.
I wish I could see the one girl's face just like calm. Like how does my butt taste?
Yeah.
Like I was at first like, did they have a sexual relationship?
No.
But no.
Well, thank you guys for listening. That was hilarious. My face hurts from smiling.
This was such a good podcast, Lauren. Thanks for putting this together.
Of course.
But it sparked an idea in my head. Mm-hmm. You know how we do Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
I'd love to get 2 roommates. If you are having an issue with your roommate, we would love to let you guys hash it out. Just contact us.
Yeah, it can be over the smallest thing, like you buy 2% milk and I like whole milk.
Or you leave your meat outside the fridge and dress in all blue.
Or you fucked my boyfriend. Anything.
Let us know, and then we'll try and track down your roommate and see if they're willing to come settle with you on the podcast.
Fantastic times, guys.
Thank you.
Email us at info@heartbrokenanonymous.com if you have those stories.
Thank you.
All right, love you guys.
See you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.